Hey guys, Shifty back. I'm doing a 4v4 this time, just to offer a little bit of variety, a little bit of fun. I'm playing with some friends, and I figure I might as well record this just because this seems like 4v4s are always so fun. Anyways, 4v4 on Megaton. And this is our placement. I believe it is placement matches, so you just know that the opponents are gonna suck nuts. Anyways, going to this game, I start out as hot, sexy pink, and we're all starting in the 11th position, I guess. This map's called Megaton. Reminds me of Fallout 3, which I really enjoyed. I can't wait for Fallout. What is it? New Vegas, I think it's called. Definitely gonna be very fun. Anyways, so 4v4s are just kind of a huge crazy fest of who can play more army minded, I guess. It's because there's so many people that it doesn't matter even what two of you do, because if two people build up an army, they could easily get overwhelmed by the four players if they all cooperated. So knowing that my team lacks that kind of cooperation, and knowing for sure that the enemy lacks that kind of cooperation, I just kind of go and do whatever, just like the rest of my teammates. Just kind of build whatever makes you happy and doing whatever you think is good. So anyways, I start throwing down a little block just because I feel like whatever. I kind of don't want the opponent to scout me, although honestly most of the people at this level don't scout. So let's just say this is a fun game. And it was pretty fun, because what I do plan to do in this game is go for nukes. And as you know, nukes are incredibly fun. To see that little rocket come down and boom, all the drones burn up like crazy. That's just something you had to savor that. You just can't trade that for anything else. Anyways, going for the barracks. I mean, it's a standard build I'm doing. Standard build I do for 4v4. Any matchup I usually do this build. Unless I want to do a fast expand, then I don't go for the gas. Otherwise, I always get supply them barracks. But if I want to do a cheese maybe, then I do throw down the barracks first at 10 supply and supply depot at 11 supply. And if I wanted to go for something really risky, what you do is 11 supply, you throw down a refinery, so then you can get down that tech lab faster and get that Reaper up even faster. And early Reaper harass is really dangerous, so you just have to be really careful that the opponent does not scout what you're doing. If scouted, the Reaper harass completely fails, because the guy can get one spine crawler, one bunker, stalkers, I guess. Protoss is gonna have trouble against really early Reaper harass, because Reapers can hit and run Zealots like nobody's business. Regardless, this game is a TTPZ versus ZZPT, or however you want to mix that around. It's it's a very comical game, I must say. What happens later on made me laugh to my core. However you say it, I'm not really sure how you say that idiom, or tickle my bones, or tickle my humor bone, something like that. Regardless, I get my Ghost Academy up, and you got to get that as soon as possible if you want to go for nukes, because it takes almost 2 minutes to research cloaking. So as soon as you get that Ghost Academy down, you start researching that cloaking. And you can't build a nuke unless you have a factory, so you start throwing down that factory right after you get your cloaking, because it takes a long time to learn cloaking. So after cloaking, after you start it, you build a ghost and you just let it build up its energy, and then once you finish, you build up the nuke and you just move in and you beat the crap out of the enemy up base. The enemies aren't really doing anything, I can't really say. I still have my SCV going around, which just shows how they don't really care about anything. Because if I move it into one player, he might chase me, I move it out, and he stops chasing me. So it's kind of like 4v4. It's like territories. You don't really work together. You kind of just, this is my territory, I stay in my bounds, and you stay in your bounds. And I'm not going to overstep, or I'm just going to go crazy or something. Anyways, this is, just embarrassing. My SCV finally died, and I have my ghost up. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Let's diverge a little. So, I had some comments, had some requests of people asking me to do some more 2v2s, some tutorials on Terran defense and against 4-gate and Bailing Bust. I definitely could get those up very easily, but the only thing is that I need a opponent to play with, and I'm not really sure how people normally do it, but because if I do the tutorial, then I know exactly what the opponent is building, so I'm better prepared for it. But I just have to pretend like I don't, I guess. I suppose. So I throw down my expo here. Nothing's really happening. I'll restart the story once I get my nuke started up and everything. I'm still researching or building a nuke or something. I'm just whatever. Oh, nuke's coming. It's almost done. I got my ghost in his base. And oh yeah, what was the funny part was that he moved all his queens out. I don't know if you saw that. He had 3 queens ready to attack us. I don't know if the guy knows what he's... Well, clearly he doesn't know what he's doing, but what was that? He moved 3 queens out, and he didn't even realize the nuke coming. Boom! That's just sexy. Look at all that burn done. And now my ghost goes crazy sniping these queens because they just got nuked, and he doesn't apparently know how to use transfusion. So nuke goes crazy on some... ghost goes crazy on some Zerg queens. Just... Oh, yeah. Love that sound when you hear that explosion of guts and flesh. So yeah, I'm just having fun with this commentary. This game was all just for fun. I'm not really doing anything too creative or anything. And my macro, I'm not really putting my all into it, so I'm just kind of doing whatever. Cause the mindset, it just isn't there because I don't feel threatened by these guys. I feel like I could so easily win because they just don't seem to know what they're doing. Anyways, I get another ghost up, ready for another nuke, because it is just so fulfilling when you nuke the enemy opponent. And there's nothing they can do, because they just don't seem to know. Zerg doesn't have overseers, the Terran's the one with the scout, and the Protoss doesn't seem to be playing. Doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. Anyways, so I moved my nuke out again. Man, that'd be so cool if I could move my nuke out. Like, in Civilization 2, those really old games, you could just move, or Civilization 3, you could just move a nuke around and it could travel like 1,000 miles through a billion squares, and you just nuke your opponent who's in China and you're US. And it's just so easy, and then boom, all those skeleton skulls appear up, and the opponent's like, what the hell are you doing? Just part of the beauty of the game. Anyways, this guy is not doing anything, and I'm just moving along with my ghost again, getting my nuke ready. I try to hide the nuke at a place where it's really difficult to see, but that is hard to accomplish. So I just try to hide it near the SCV line. Sometimes it gets blurred by the SCVs, I don't know. The guy wisely saw what I was doing, scanned, but then has no APM, so my ghost just got away immediately. And here comes the other nuke I'm building up, and I do not have enough gas. That always seems to be the problem I run into as Terran. Never have enough gas. Unless I play against like one of those rare games where all I do is go Marines. Oh! No, I don't know. That doesn't happen too often. I usually get medevacs and tanks, so that takes up the gas supply. But if you go any more units, mech units, then the gas goes just into a huge problem. Anyways, I'm just expanding like crazy now. It's not sound in a 4v4, obviously. You should be building more units, not building up economy, but whatever. This is... I've got 5 barracks, and I'm gonna have 6 barracks? I don't remember. 6 barracks, and gonna have 4 reactors. I mean, that's just pumping out units constantly. That's pumping out 12 supply every, 30 seconds? That's really good, really effective. So, I'm just kind of doing whatever. And, also, I just will do a few more of those challenges, I think. Maybe do the rush defense and the other one where it's the build up the economy fast enough or something. That's not too much of a problem. And so I'll probably do that. There's been no request of doing any campaign missions because, I don't know, I assume you guys are okay about it. so I won't be doing those, and I'll continue with the tutorials.
Our allies
The
are being attacked.
a few of the Terran tutorials, maybe a Zerg. No, I can't do Zerg tutorial. I don't know jack about Zerg. I can do a Protoss tutorial well enough to know that I can do a 4. I think I know the gist of it. It's just I don't know the exact food count and all that stuff. Anyways, I go and I scan the guy and I see that he has 2 overseers, so I pick on him again and I just drop off another nuke. And I try to hide the nuke because it's a little teeny red dot around similar colors, and you know, human eyes are very commonly deceived by similar colors. So I tried to put it by the Zerg hatchery, which was building up, so you can see those red veins. I mean, that's just a little bit of, that's a little choice thing you can do. I like to do that because it just increases the chance of not getting detected, but you do not have to. I mean, these opponents don't really matter. But if you ever do nuke, try to hide it. Like, you could use insert and no, you could use, is it home? Wait, is it insert and delete, or is it page up and page down? You could change the view that you look towards. You could rotate the camera to the right or to the left, and then you can hide it between. You could rotate to the left and then call the nuke, and then when you rotate back, you can't even see the red dot because it's shadowed over by another building. So that's something you could do. And this guy has 5 queens. I don't know if he knows what units our Zerg units can build, but he seems to love those queens. They are nothing, they are not very useful except for building that, spewing that larva crap that you can do. I don't know what else you can do. But, and this guy sends all his mutalisks right into my marines, and I have like 5 marines left, but he lost a crap load of mutalisks, which he would have lost anyways. Look at my Zerg ally. He's got so many hydralisks. There's nothing you can do against this massive army. And I've got a second army in my base, and I'm just going to move out right now because this game is very, very close to being over. There's little he can do. That's about it for this game. I mean, I wasn't really oh, I gotta watch this. It's another nuke. I mean, you guys all gotta watch this. Nukes are just so nice. And I killed the queen. I want to snipe it because in case oh, switch back. There we go. And boom! Oh, look at all those little red corpses. Oh, that's just fulfilling. Anyways, I built up another nuke just for the heck of it. Not like I'm gonna be able to nuke again because the game is basically over. I definitely like the nuking in this game. It's so much easier than StarCraft. Instead of building that nuke styler, you could just build a Ghost Academy. Much easier, so you can still build that orbital command. You know, it's all good. Anyways, these guys won't leave. It seems like that's what always happens in these higher level games, is that people just don't seem to leave. They just continue playing. They know they've lost, but yet they just keep playing. I'm not really sure what's up with this, but you know, whatever. And this guy, look at this guy. He tries a little counterattack with 4 Void Rays, and you know, he's fully charged up, but I have no problem. Marines just decimate Void Rays, unless he's got like maybe 6 or 8, then that's a lot. But then his Void Rays weren't in good position either. My Marines just ran right under them to annihilate them. So, this game is coming to an end. There's not much else. Now it's just, oh, hunting that creep tumor. Very, very crucial. Don't know what I would have done without it. And now it's just hunting floating command centers and buildings and hidden buildings, which are very, very annoying. I wish people would just leave. So hear me if you're one of those annoying people. You know, you just piss people off by staying in the game. I don't know why you stay. They're just not doing anything. You know you lost. And why don't you just leave and start a new game? I mean, that's a very big part of this. You gotta know when you lose. So that's about it. Good game.
Ready for dust off.